everyone. This is Ellen Marie Francisco. Thanks for coming into my channel. I'm doing a number of things right now. I'm burning my yerba santa. We all need it. This helps clear the emotional field, the heart wounds, the emotional stagnations that are very easy to accumulate. So I've lit it. Some of it's already wet. What's already in the pot. So I'm going to let that burn with the idea that we can clear with ease any of the emotional heartache that we're trying to heal through. I'm coming to you from Wawa, Ontario, somewhere between Sudbury and Thunder Bay. It's a beautiful day. All right, so we're looking at doing a little bit of a tarot reading right now. God knows. Lots going on. Yeah, Five of Wands is starting out. This is the universe handling the details invisibly in the background without you knowing, while you think nothing's happening. So the fives denote change and sometimes slowdowns, timing, you know. So I guess we're going to be taking our time. All right, so let's see what our 10 are this week for the Celtic Cross. I'm going to cut in 3. Well, isn't that interesting? We're coming in with the Fool card. I'd say, wow, we're coming in with a lot of God force, a lot of what do I do? Can I trust? So I guess we are all having a leap of faith right now. And it is true. To step sometimes into our bigger circles, we do need to jump up, step up, reach up. And there does need to be a lot of faith. Sometimes the path is unknown. We know that we want to get there. We know that we may have a great time when we get there. We're not sure what the road is going to be like. So this is a good sign that Spirit's showing up for you as you are for it. Let's see what else is coming. Good heavens. And the Giving Tree. 7 of Pentacles. I like this card because it's like a little doorway into heaven, I think 7. And here's this lovely image of somebody dropping fruit or about to drop fruit from a tree into the hands of you and me. So gosh, already starting off with 2 really good indication that we have a lot of help from the invisible worlds that are palpable when you know how to look for them and feel them and touch into them. So this is how we're welcoming these energies. So again, I mean, I think it's always, God, every journey is about trying to find ourselves within anyway. So at the base of our reading this week is the 3 of Cups, which is the celebration card. Sometimes this is the card where you can put things on the calendar and get married and have a baby shower and all the rest of it, or celebrate something, you know, really large. It can also represent the camaraderie of women, the circle of women and your community, and helping and supporting, being grateful. Gratitude attitude gets you way further than, you know, other more negative approaches. You got star energy coming in as well. I think of the star card as sort of igniting our cosmic galactic components and things like that, getting more information from way out there and way in here in the deep inner space, and bringing it outward, bringing it more to the fore. So if we're coming in with a lot of faith, as the Fool card may hope, and the heavens and all the other realms are willing to open up and pour the graces of heaven onto our lives for the benefit of all, and we can celebrate that and hold a center of gratitude, then it would be dynamic and, you know, hardly unimaginable to think that there may be some other draw on the surface that's coming in, you know, like magnetics and law of attraction kind of stuff. So I think the circle is widening. I think that that's it. I think if you're living your faith and, okay, I just feel I need to take the step, I feel like I'm on the right path, I know I am, if you're using that kind of language, great. If it's I think, then question your motivation and who's doing the thinking, okay? Because this is not a thinking card as much as it is a knowing and, you know, free falling into your world without any reserve. essentially. In case you're wondering, by the way, Piglet's under here sleeping, right? Yep, go back to sleep, it's okay. There you go. All right, so lots of green around here today. So heart chakra. Isn't it funny how I thought to do a heart chakra smudge for our heart chakra soul. Other thing about star energy too is, you know, gosh, well, I mean, we're just so subject to all the planetary pulls and pushes, you know, like we're way more sensitive. I always think if, you know, people say the moon pulls you because of the fluidity of our bodies, but you know, every other planet has a pull too, and we're being yanked in every direction. So I think what's also happening is with the star in some way, I feel like quick little bursts of truth, gosh, and confirmed with that ding in the corner, quick little bursts of insight and aha moments, and oh my God, everything could change in a minute. What you thought about anybody, what you think about yourself, how you felt, it just seems like it could be just, you know, also like a falling star, like maybe not, you know. So it's almost like the things that don't have the right momentum, that don't have the right, you know, kind of goddess consciousness, I think that stuff is just going to peter out, you know. I mean, I think people are going to see that all that, whatever, you know, that pie in the sky dreaming, all that I wish I were wasn't, well, who knows. Anyway, it's not doing much good unless you're bringing it down, you know, down into the ground, off the tree onto the earth, and rooted. So anyway, I think if it's not stuff that's really rooted in your real path, it's all going to look great. It's all going to sound fantastic. You're going to think you're all in, and then all of a sudden you're going to go, damn, poof, and there it's gone. So yeah, and around the eclipse energies anyway, you know, we always have the two within a couple weeks of each other, and it's like one eclipse will often take the things out of our lives that don't really belong, that aren't, you know what I mean, that aren't really connected, that aren't really your heart of heart or your truth of truth, and then they confirmed, and then the other eclipse will whisk in the new energies that are inevitable, that, you know, just like this card popped out earlier, universe is handling the details. There's a much bigger plan than even you can imagine, right, on any given day. So trust, again, these are all trust cards. Trust that there's a force handling details that you don't need to know, but still need to be at your best to show up for, by the way. That's not a ton of pressure, but it's kind of the way it's going right now. And like double the work for half the effort in some ways, even in your own spiritual pursuits, because it's spirit knows whether you're connected or not, and it's looking for the connection clearly. So Page of Cups is overhanging us this week with these energies, and that's a lot of heart issue stuff as well, heart to heart, getting things off your chest, being an empathetic ear to someone, or vice versa, needing one, lending an ear. So there could be a lot of vulnerability that comes up as a result. And trust me, if all of a sudden things that you thought were going to go this way suddenly are going off the wall and down the hill, then yeah, you may need somebody to talk to, and there may be some crying over everything at this rate, as a matter of fact. So letting go is obviously, and if you're crying the blues right now, it could be, you know, necessary, clearly. What else is coming up for us? And then the Ten of Wands. So talking about getting off your chest. I love how the cards kind of come together in themes, like, you know, the Page of Cups does basically, you know, subtly warn of needing to talk or get things off so you're not suffering in silence, or, you know, bearing grief and things like that on your own. Sometimes, yeah. sometimes you can be drinking with these kind of cups too. 8 cups, you can kind of get a hint at whether people are drinking excessively or not, or what's going on. So if your social life is derived around your drinking buddies and suddenly you don't want to drink, then that's a big change in your life too. There's all kinds of ways that this could apply. But next to this card is the 10 of Wands coming up, and this is like an unburdening card. It's an extreme sensitivity card, and it's also kind of the card that comes up with people who are can run on like the codependent side, but also can be extreme healers. So, and Spirit kind of likes you to be able to take care of yourself, you know, and preserve your essence for your soul contracts, not for the, you know, willing disarray of your energetic forces for misaligned pursuits, like helping people, you know, that you don't really have any business helping, or getting involved in things that aren't really yours to get involved in. Like this may call for a bit of a simplifying, and that would make sense too, because, you know, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of simplifying, as well as deciding where the emotional investment is going to go. I think that's part of it too, because a lot of this is pointing towards, you know, just being more fully, way more fully heart-centered. And so if it's not in your heart of hearts to do things, then there needs to be a readjust so that you can live in a better win-win. And yeah, I think that's how that would go. So then coming along the bend, coming into this near weeks and months following, we do have 3 of Pentacles coming up. I often think of this card as, you know, like people who help community or service to humanity. With the 3 of Pentacles, it's like there's more of a need, I think, to help the community. Yeah, it's almost like it feels like people are coming together more too, in some ways too, which would kind of tie into the underlying effect of this 3 of Cups, you know, because this is a lot of support. This is community. This is high exalted community coming together one-on-one and all together, you know. So there could be, yeah, so yeah, who knows, just more activity with community efforts for sure. And then the Emperor. Wow, good heavens, look at how this is going. Interesting. All right, so, wow, this is an interesting array of cards all at once. The final 4 of the Celtic Cross today. As I mentioned, the 3 of Pentacles. The Emperor, which can represent anything from municipal governments and all the way up to presidents and national level and all the rest of it. Can also be the authority figures in your life, your fathers, your you know, your bosses and all the rest of it, huddled together with the 3 of Wands, which is also, you know, community, sisterhood, all of it. I mean, it's the braids and weaving, we're stronger together. So I still kind of feel like people against government is kind of the theme in a lot of ways, in one way or another. Who has authority over you? And is it a community? Does it match the community's needs? Does it match your needs, you know? And then King of Swords coming in, like, oh my God, like these are intense masculine figures in amidst these, you know, seemingly quietly vulnerable women. And maybe not vulnerable, but anyway, you get the idea. It's like sometimes the picture is very clear. So strength in community and in numbers, authoritarian, you know, and this can be in the wrong light, in the wrong company. The King of Swords can, you know, not really be working towards the highest good. So the King of Truth, soul truth, uncomfortable truth. living truth. Wow. Well, gosh, I'm just even looking at these cards. I'm thinking about all the Canadian reconciliation and everything else, and the way it's reverberating through the community, and the community is not giving up on their chance at reconciliation and the truth coming out. So there are other leaders that are okay with the truth that are going to probably trump the ones that aren't, is my guess. And the women will have their way. Honestly, that's kind of how I'm seeing this right now. Okay, so wow. And then again, celebration, community. These themes are 333, guardian angels, and all the rest of it. And you're coming in with the strongest, like God's like literally walking right through you, goddess, and all the rest of your guides and everything else at your fingertips. And all you need to do is take your step, one step, do your part, get your shoes on, get on the road, well, on the sidewalk, on the path, get on the path, whatever yours is. So, and yes, and I guess that's the point, right? Like, who is your authority? Who are you serving? Are you serving for your higher calling and the soul push that you know is yours to make? Or are you worshiping false gods and getting in the way of true community and true sovereignty? Choices. You know, are you going to buckle with the community, or are you going to stand strong? It's a lot of change, you know. Eclipses bring high impact to change in short periods of time. And learning how to go with those cycles and those flows, and being willing to not hold on too tight when it looks like things are moving out of your life, you know, instead of grabbing them as they go. Let them go. You give them back to the universe. They were never yours to begin with. Just let it go. Drop it, you know, cut the ties, cut the cords. Have faith. Be the Fool card. Have faith in, you know, your own higher purpose, that it is relentless throughout your life. It doesn't give up on you. Sometimes you may give up on it according to the company you keep. Often that's the biggest influencer. So just, you know, stick to those that see you and allow you to be. Otherwise, thin out the crowd. Do you know what I mean? Just keep it simple during this period. If things are moving off your life, then it must be for good reason, because the universe is handling the details and bringing you back things from the giving tree. So decide what you want the giving tree to give you. Get clear on that. Hold that tone. Ground into it. Be the best you. What else are you going to do? That's all they ever wanted. There's always more than one of them up there. Trust me on that. All right, so what else do I want to say about this? Let's see. What other energies do you want us to mention? Want to say anything, Piglet? Okay, I heard that. See? Okay, so dropping right out, we'll take this as our little bonus card today, is the King of Cups, but in the feminine version. So Queen King, baby, and rising, tide rising. So she can handle the riptide, all the currents. She can handle all of it. The cold ones, the hot ones, the tropical storms, and all that, those systems. So extreme emotional mastery, usually because you've had to go into the depths of your emotional being to clear it, because the pain was too much. You had to do something to get rid of it. So so you're rising strong. You're coming out of the storm. What if the worst were over? What if you could just really enjoy your new strengths and your new gifts and your new talents and your new understanding and your new inner peace, because you cut the cords to those that weren't helping you. You know, what if you're already there and you don't know it because enough time hasn't shown you? But yeah, so be fluid. That is part of our spiritual growth. You know, spirit watches to see how willing are we to go with the flow, because often we'll get set on our plan. You know, we need to be rigid, and as far as, you know, some of us are concerned, it's like it's got to be rigid or it's just not going to happen. And meanwhile, this whole free fall, like, does the water still get to the shore if it whirls around the edges and the middles and the, you know, the water still hits the shore. So don't worry. Maybe it's not a direct line. Maybe it's not a straight through. Maybe it's whirlpools, and that's the way it's going to go. And then you get tossed out of the whirlpool and you're in another one. And then suddenly, you know, you're rising like the wave. And you don't notice the cold anymore. So just roll with it. You're going to have to. That's what's being demanded here, right? Like, you have to, yeah, you have to be willing to just keep going towards what you know in your inner knowing is the right way to go, and just trust that you'll have the supports and the resources and whatever level of abundance is waiting for you over there, and it's worth holding out for. Okay, so that's it, I guess, and I'll see you next time, and I'm hoping you all the best. So I hope to see you soon somewhere, and may the force be with you. All right. Have a great night and a great day and a great eclipse and a great everything. Bye for now. Keep the faith.